This week to you being on, Chris. Loads of questions coming in. We'll get to some of the Twitter questions in a bit. But you've been at Charlton 14 months now. Just wondered what your sort of biggest challenge that you faced in the job has been, looking back over that time.
Well, I had a big challenge last year. You know, we had a real tough season, and it was a tough baptism for me. But I learned a lot about myself and my staff and my players, and I was well backed by the board. And really the key to it all was selling Carl Jenkinson to Arsenal, because it gave me some money, because financially we were struggling without the takeover. We were struggling as a football club, but you know, I made the big changes on the playing side. I felt it was needed, and I've brought in a group of players that have really gelled. They really enjoy playing for the club, and the supporters are really happy with them at the moment, obviously, because of the position we're in.
You've had a great season so far. It didn't quite work out for you against Huddersfield at the weekend.
No.
I'm going to show you it again. Jordan Rhodes, I think, scored goal number 484 of the season. He keeps banging the miss. And you went, Harry, with the sending off in the game. Just talk us through what happened once we've seen the penalty go in from Jordan Rhodes. It's actually his 35th goal of the season, which is an incredible record.
That's outstanding what he's done. And it was a penalty, no problem.
And this is Darryl Russell's sending off.
Well, that tackle on Darryl was the second bad tackle I felt from Anthony Kay. The first one on Scott Wagstaff in the first half went unpunished. Darryl kicked out, so there's no problem. I've got no problem with that, because we're taught as players, and right, if you retaliate, you go. But I felt the players shouldn't have been on the pitch to begin with, really.
3 weeks ago, the gap was 17 points.
Thanks.
Well, it's down to 9 now, Chris.
Yeah.
Is there a bit of complacency creeping in? Or have you done something differently?
No, we haven't done anything differently. I think teams now, obviously, we come to the business end. Everyone says that. And it's true. Teams are fighting for different reasons. And maybe things that were going so well for us in 1 or 2 games, it's going to happen. You're going to have a blip. And whether people felt we should have had that at the start of the season, you know, but we've had a great time. And obviously now we've got to see it over the line, and it's about being mentally strong, because the physical side is fine. I've got a good squad, everyone wants to play, and you're trying to find a good balance. And in the main, I haven't changed my team too much. But, you know, now is about just keeping calm, keeping our heads. We've got 4 home games, 3 away, only Carlisle out the top 6, so it's there for us. You know, I've been through it before as a player.
I've got loads of questions, as I said, on Twitter.
Yeah.
Dino from J Block says, if any, which manager do you go to ask advice?
I shouldn't really say, should
No.
I? But
I mean, keep it to yourself if you like.
I have spoken to 1 or 2, of course, because I'm a young fledgling manager. It is new to me, my first full season. But I try to remember what those managers I played under: Alan Kirbishley, Alan Pardew, Nigel Pearson, Sven. What did they do in these situations? And but ultimately, you've got to look at yourself and your staff and interact with them, and they have a role to play. But ultimately, it's about getting that group together and galvanising them to see it over the line.
It's going very well at the moment. Charlton, of course, are desperate to get into the Championship next season. West Ham desperate to get out of it. But Phil Parry and Caroline Barker start their roundup with yet another disappointing result for the